Sun salutes are a series of movements that are done with the breath that are meant to warm up the body. They're often seen in the beginning of yoga classes, and in vinyasa flow type practices, they're often used throughout a class. For many of my older students, a full sun salute is just not possible, especially for beginners. And usually the big barrier to doing a full sun salute is having flexibility in the hamstrings. So I'm going to show you in this class how to move through a sun salute a little bit more slowly. It's meant to be a really gentle introduction to the full sun salute. And I encourage you to just take your time with it. So it might not look pretty at first, especially if you have tight hamstrings. It's going to be awkward doing this, moving from the standing parts to the floor parts of the sun salute. But you'll see that as we get into it. So we're going to start off real slowly here, just starting to open up the body. So I'd assume if you're doing this class, you probably can do downward facing dog, even if it's not the prettiest downward facing dog, that you are somewhat comfortable with it. And yeah, let's take it from there. So let's just start off on hands and knees. So try to place your hips right over your knees and your shoulders right over your hands. If you have any issues with your wrist, you can always move your hands a little bit more forward and or roll up a towel and place them underneath the heel of your palms. So let's just start moving a little bit, start loosening up before we get into this, start warming up the body. So let's start off with some hip circles. So just moving around in one direction, really pushing your bum back towards your heels. Just try to get a little bit of movement in the hip joints. And as we're doing this, see if you can just start bringing your consciousness to your breath. So a nice, slow, even Ujjayi breath. If you don't know what Ujjayi is, just do a nice deep breath. So let's take those hip circles in the other direction. Really feeling into that. I always love doing this in the beginning of a yoga practice. It always feels good to me. It feels like a massage of the butt. So coming back to center here, and let's do a bit of a cat-cow, just waking up the spine a bit. So inhale, arching, exhale, rounding. And keep going with that at your own pace. Inhaling on the arch, exhaling on the round. As you're doing this, see if you can notice any places in your spine that might feel stuck. And you might not be able to loosen those up immediately, but just pay attention to where your spine feels tight. So I'm going to start going a little bit faster with this, just to build up some heat. So you're welcome to join me at a faster pace, or just do a nice slow pace, whatever feels right for you today. So I'm going to do this with the breath. And then slowing down. Coming back to center. So let's go ahead and come down onto our stomachs. And we'll start to warm up the back muscles a little bit. So let's do a really gentle cobra. Inhale, up into cobra. And exhale down. And again, inhale up. Trying to keep your shoulders back and down as you're doing this. Exhale down. Keep going. And let's go ahead and inhale up. And just hang out here for a few breaths. So let's do nice 5 breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring your forehead down to the ground. Use your hands as a pillow. And lift your feet up off the ground and just windshield wiper your legs back and forth just to release the lower back a little bit. And then come back to center. So place your hands right beside your chest there again. And let's push up into our first down dog of the day. So really pedal out your heels. Just make this down dog feel good. Move around and whatever feels right in your body. Just slowly starting to loosen up the calves. I always enjoy the first down dog of the day because it starts to make me realize where I'm tight and it starts to loosen up all those creaky spots. So coming to a place of stillness here. Make sure you spread out your fingers there. Your thumb shouldn't be spread out too far, but the rest of the fingers should be spread out as wide as they can. And you want your middle fingers to be sort of parallel to each other, or just about parallel to each other. So we're going to go through a few gentle vinyasas here, and I'm going to show you two options for a vinyasa in the full sun salute. So the first one is the easier one. And then the second one, if you're a little bit stronger and want a little bit more of a workout, you can do the second one. So here goes with the first one. So go ahead and take a nice big inhale with me. And exhale. And inhale, coming forward, and then coming down, knees, chest, chin on an exhale. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, going through tabletop, up into down dog. Let's take one breath here. And a big exhale. Inhale, forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Bring the shoulders back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, up into down dog. So I'm going to do that one more time. So just going through knees, chest, chin, and a gentle cobra is the easier way to do a vinyasa, which will be part of the full sun salute. So if you don't have as much energy or don't want to do a really strong strength-based vinyasa, this is the way to go. And just try to make it your own. Take your break if you need one. I know we're hanging out in down dog for a while, so try to make this practice your own. So one more time with that. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Your butt comes up a little bit in this. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, back up into down dog. So let's go ahead and come down to hands and knees. Take a break if you need to. Shake out your wrist, roll out your wrist. I want to make this gentle. So if you're not used to doing a lot of down dogs, just make sure you're taking care of your wrist. So, or take a break, pause the video, whatever feels right. So coming back into a plank pose. We'll start off here. So this is definitely the far more difficult way of doing the vinyasa part of the sun salute. So we're going to come down into chaturanga on an exhale. So chaturanga is bringing your elbows to about a 90-degree angle. You don't want to come past that because it puts pressure on the elbows. So come down into chaturanga on an exhale. And then inhale into up dog. And then exhale, down dog. I'm going to show you that a couple more times. This won't be available to many, especially if you're not used to doing this or you're not used to doing push-ups. It takes a lot of strength in the triceps. So if this version of the vinyasa just doesn't work for you, just stick with the knees, chest, chin, and cobra. So, but here we go again. So inhale here, and exhale. Inhale forward into plank. Nice strong core, nice strong legs. Exhale, chaturanga. Looking forward just a little bit. Inhale into up dog. And then exhale into down dog. One more. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, down dog. So let's go ahead and come back to hands and knees. Close your eyes for a second. Gonna do a little gentle break here. So that vinyasa part of the sun salute is really the most difficult part of the sun salute. So it's okay if you're a little winded. Don't worry about it. But once we get into the full sun salute, it'll flow a little bit more, you'll see. So it's just taking another moment or two here to group, regroup. Just feel your energy. Notice how you're feeling now. So let's go ahead and come up to a standing position at the top of your mat. So we're going to go through a few half sun salutes, which if you've been taking my classes, you're probably very familiar with them. But just to warm up the hamstrings, open up that part of the body, and then we're going to connect all that together. So a full sun salute is just really the connection between the half sun salute and the vinyasa. So here we go. So standing at the top of your mat, so feet either together or as wide as hip distance apart. And go ahead and make the outsides of your feet parallel to each other. It will make the forward fold of this easier. So just for a moment, closing your eyes, feel your feet on the ground. Come back to your Ujjayi breath if you've lost it. So nice, just slow, deep breath. So go ahead and inhale with me. And exhale. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. This first forward fold, keep your knees bent, even if you got really flexible hamstrings. So wherever you're coming in this, hands to shins. If you can bring your fingertips to the ground, that's great. Don't worry about straightening the legs at this point. So just move around a little bit from side to side. See if you can massage your lower back a little bit with this movement. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. Opening up the hips a little bit more. So on your next inhale, coming up into a flat back. Exhale, fold again. Again, it's fine to keep your knees bent, especially this first one. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. So inhale, sweeping the arms up, Urdhva Hasta. Exhale, knees soft, folding forward. Maybe straighten your legs a little bit at the bottom. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. One more of those. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. And fold. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to prayer. So we're going to try to open up the hamstrings just a little bit more before we connect these two parts of the sun salute. So one more forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. So maybe see if you can work on straightening the legs a little bit more. Just whatever feels good in your body. You don't want to really wrench your hamstrings. Just slowly open them up and you'll find that they stretch out more easily. So we're going to go through a few flat backs to forward folds just to really try to stretch out the hamstrings, start to wake them up. So inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Engage the thighs as you're doing this. Inhale, flat back. And fold. Keep going with that at your own pace. See if you can have a feeling of spiraling your heels out, your inner thighs back, and you'll notice the forward fold is a little bit easier. And again, it's perfectly fine if you can just barely touch the ground. Bring your hands to your shins. You don't have to get your hands to the floor at this point. One more of these. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. And then just really soft knees, just slowly standing up from there, allowing your arms to hang like they're a rag doll. Just stacking one vertebra on top of the next. And standing up to the top of your mat. Just close your eyes, see how you're feeling. So from here, we're going to go ahead and move into the full sun salute. So if you have really tight hamstrings or if you have a bit of a belly, if you're bigger through here, it can help to do the sun salute with your feet a little bit wider apart. So I'm going to go ahead and show a version of that first, just to show you how to get through that. And then I'll do a version of the sun salute with the feet closer together. So especially if you're newer to this, if you're really tight in the hamstrings, this wider foot version could be easier. So bring your feet about shoulder distance apart, a bit wider than your hips. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with this. So really feeling your feet on the ground, engage your thighs, engage your core. So inhale, sweeping the arms up, really reaching up through the fingertips. Exhale, folding again. Soft knees are great. Inhale, flat back, hands to knees, really straightening out the spine. Exhale, fold again. Now see, you can bend your knees a lot. See if you can bring your hands flat on the floor and then step back. So you want your hands to be about shoulder distance apart at this point. So let's go ahead and do the knees, chest, chin version. So exhale, on the next exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, up into down dog. So let's hang out for just a little bit here. Engage the thighs in this down dog. See if you can have a feeling of pulling your upper thighs back. Pull those thigh bones back, and you'll notice how that stretches out the lower back a little bit. So another big breath here. And now we're going to step forward. So again, if you're really tight, traditionally you'd step between the hands for this next part of the sun salute. But if you're really tight, or if you're a little bit bigger in the midsection, step around your hand. So step one foot on the outside of your right hand, other foot on the outside of the left hand. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, hands to prayer. So I'm going to step my feet back together and do it with the feet closer together. But if that version felt like it was right for your body, just keep your feet wide on the mat. So here we go. We're just going to do another few of these now at a pace, just to get you used to feeling what it's like moving. Again, it doesn't have to look pretty. It might take a little bit of time to move from the standing part to the ground part and back to standing. So just be patient with yourself. It'll get easier every time you do it. So here we go. So my feet are together. Your feet can be hip distance, shoulder distance, whatever feels right. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into a push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths here.
Make sure your fingers are spread wide apart and put pressure through the index finger and the thumb. We tend to put too much pressure on the outside of the hand, but if we put even pressure throughout the palm, it really helps to protect the wrist. One more big breath here. And exhale, stepping forward. However you get there is fine. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Really lengthening out the spine. Exhale, fold again. Stepping back into a push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, I'm going to do chaturanga, but you can do knees just chin if you prefer. Inhale, either up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Nice big ujjayi breath. Pushing the heels down towards the ground, but whatever feels fair in your body. One more big breath. And at the bottom of this next exhale, just go ahead and step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to prayer. One more of those. Inhale up, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Really reaching forward, stretching forward as you fold. Inhale, fold. Flat back, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, plant the hands back into a push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, either knees just chin or chaturanga. And up into either up dog or cobra. Exhale, back into down dog. Nice, slow, deep breath. So at the bottom of your next exhale, slowly stepping forward to the top of your mat, however you get there. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Go ahead and release the palms down by your side. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. And just notice how you're feeling. So go ahead and blink your eyes open. So I know that will be difficult for many. So if it felt tough, just try to weigh whether it's something that feels achievable to you, something that you can do over time, or something that's just not right for your body, which is fine. I teach a lot of stuff on the site and through my classes that doesn't involve full sun salutes. And again, most of my older students, most people, especially over 60 or 70, can't do full sun salutes, especially the beginner students. So, but if it did feel okay, just try to work with it, try to practice it. Even if it felt really clumsy, you'll find that it gets easier over time. So that was Surya Namaskar A. That was the first sun salute. And I also teach B and C, which are a little bit more difficult, especially B. So I always like to teach this one first. So anyway, I'm rambling. I hope that worked for you, and I will see you in the next class, whether it's more sun salutes or going back to chapter 3 stuff, wherever you're at is great. Okay, thanks. Have a good one.